Hi, welcome back to the channel. This part is about doing the bike up in between races still. So there is quite a bit to do. If you watch my actual racing, you'll find I had a few issues and I am going to be trying to sort them. It's also my second round, so I do need to like service the bike. It's one of them. You've got to look after your bike. Now I have done a little list, and that's literally just to show you how much stuff costs and how much it costs for servicing as well as doing the work yourself. Now, what I will say is I've incorporated the Snetterton cost. So it's one where I just thought it best if I show you, truth on what you have to pay out for stuff, which incorporates racing. Now, I can't afford brand new all the time, Dwayne, so I use scrubs. I'm not. If you watch the drive home one, race 3, which I didn't record because I got caught with my camera. If you watch race 3, the drive home, you'll see there. I can't afford brand new tires. I use scrubs. I've got a whole mountain of scrubs. Got scrubs down there, and scrubs all there. So I've got a fair few. And I've even got some in there, and I've got the ones in the caravan, which they're the ones that I'm using for racing. I've got quite a few, and I bought these, second hand. That's how I've got to go racing at the minute. I can't afford brand new tyres. I'm not sponsored. I'm not any of that. So, and I'm sure many people are. So, I want to be totally transparent when it comes to racing about how much you're going to be paying out and things you have to do. Now, I will go back to Snetterton. Let me go to my board. Look at there you go. It's just one of them paper things. Right. So I did have to buy a new throttle, which, not being funny, that is the new throttle. If you watch me race, I put the actual original BMW throttle on. Well, by putting that on, it screwed everything up because I literally had no quick shifter, no blipper, and no quick action. Right, so my throttle, I did buy it after Snetterton due to the issues I were having. That was 370 quid. From, I forgot who it were now. And I did name them, motorcycleparts.co.uk, that's who it were. I also bought a new sprocket after there. That weren't bad, that was just 15 quid. Now, I'm not going to add them up today. What I'll do, I'll just make a list, and I'll keep making a list all season. And I'll add to it every time I buy anything, and then it's added. Now, I have got my fuel. I bought oil, there's oil in there, deionized water, water wetter, filters. Oh, I'll throw that on the floor. Oil filters. Now, I messed up here. I didn't mess up. Now, they were both a tenner, to be honest. Now, that's a normal filter, and that's for the BMW. Yeah. Now, there's a second one, and that's for BMW. There's a difference. Racing, normal. So I got I got that one originally, and then I noticed this one, so I ordered. I've got two, so I've got a spare. I will be fitting that one during this one, and believe it or not, it was the same price as the other one. So the oil filter, that was just £10. Deionized water, that's because I'm changing the water in it, that were 8 quid. Water wetter was 18 quid. But the water wetter, I've been sharing mine, so I had to buy another one. The water wetter, I'll probably get 3 water changes with that. I've bought a fan switch, because I'm going to have the fan on a switch so that I can switch that on. But that were only 9 quid. And I think I've got 3 for that, so they're like 3 quid each. I'm going to wire them in, which I'll show you that. And then we've got the oil. Now, at the minute, I'm using this one. It's not what I want to use. It's supposed to be really good for the BMW, to be honest. I don't want to use it, but I am while I've got this clutch in. I won't change oils until I change my actual clutch plates. You're asking for trouble. So I will still be using this. Now, what I will say is this has gone skyrocketed in price, and it's quite hard. So I've got that. Now, I do know my bike takes 3.5 litres. It'll take a little bit more because I'm using a racing. So 3.5 litres is with that filter. That's a little bit bigger, so it's going to take a little bit more. But I can only get these in 1 litres now. So I've got 4.5 litres there, so I've got a little bit extra as well, which I could take racing with me. Them 3 litres alone, not including this one. Now, I did already have that left, so I'm not going to include that, but I will include that because the next oil change, I will have to buy the full lot. Now, that with a discount was 43 quid for 3 litres, right? I want the other stuff, the green one, but I need to wait for a clutch. Now, I'm not including brakes. I'm not doing anything. I ain't had to buy brakes. My girlfriend bought me for Christmas. I asked her for some brake pads. She bought me brake pads. And did I ask for? Oh no. So I've got some spare RST. I've got some brand new RSTs. So because I use Hell, yeah, they're Hell. Now I've got the original Brembos. They're over there as a spares, but I use them Hell, and I use SBS 809. I've got RSTs, which is for when it's wet, and I've got the 809 DCs, which they're brill. Just got to warm them up. A bit sketchy when they're not warm. Now, I have got lots to do, and I mean lots and lots to do. I've since found out that, where's my process? Reason me quick shifter and blipper didn't work, because even though I put the new quick action throttle on, it worked with the quick shifter, but it didn't do it with the blipper. I thought I'd calibrated it. No, I had. I'd got it so that the bike knew the throttle, but I didn't calibrate the throttle to the gear, to the quick shifter, to the blipper, to the throttle bodies. I've got a whole process, and it weren't until I come home, and I've got the GS911, Hex GS911, so I can do it. So I've got to recalibrate everything. So I'll put the throttle on, I'll clear everything, reset everything, and then there's a process where I have to have the bike running, and I change all the gears going down and coming back up, and then it should be calibrated. Only trouble with it is there's a part which it says let the bike run until the heater, the fan comes on, wait till the fan switches off, and everything's done. I've got a problem with that because I've got no fan working. I've got to put a switch on so the fan actually works. So hopefully I can miss that little step. Hopefully. We'll find out. I'd love my blipper and my quick shifter back, to be honest. Even though I went faster in the very last race at Brands without them, I had to clutch going up and going down. So hopefully we can do that. So I've got a lot to do. I'm doing oil change. I'm doing water change. I'll check the air filter. All that sort of stuff. It's part of it. Most of that stuff I will probably time lapse, to be honest, because I'm not being funny. I'll probably show you how I have lock wired my filter. It might help someone. It's just a little one where I've used a Jubilee clip, because these ones aren't the one with the nut on the end. Oh, hold on, the racing one. I stand corrected. The racing one does. So I can use the lock right. No, I'll not. Whereas, yeah, no, the other one hasn't. Well, I didn't know that. If that's the only difference, you know, somewhere scammed. So I'll see on that one. Right, so I've got the bike to strip down. I'll take all the fairings off because I've got to get to the ECU thing at the back for the GS 911 as well. Want to get to radiator. I need to get to all that. Now, since I've been back, what I will say is, if you watched, I've had it on the trickle charger. So I've had it on trickle charger. As soon as I get back, it's one of the first things I do, put it on trickle charger. So I will be doing that. And before I forget, I think we're at Croft. I don't know what sort of, I don't know if it's a quiet day at Croft. I'll put my baffle in anyway. Right. I have got loads to do. Right. Like I said, most of the time I'll probably just time lapse it, and then like when I need to show you stuff, I'll stop it and show you stuff. There's a big massive thanks to everyone who's subscribed. I'm nearly at 1,000. I've got out all my hours in that. I'll tell you what was good. Everyone who came up, Brands Hatch. It was such a shock to me. I'm not used to this sort of, like this sort of people recognising. And I was so chuffed to be honest. And I did spend time and I did talk to everyone, do I? If you do see me, come and say hello. I don't bite or anything. If you want to come down to the pits while I'm down there, come down, say up. Absolutely brilliant for me, anyway. You'll probably find I'm a bit more embarrassed than anyone else, to be honest, on that one. But it's just part of, the more I get used to doing this YouTube thing, the more it'll be better doing. So, right. If you're not subscribed, come on, drop us a sub, get me over at 1,000, and then we can just crack on with proper stuff. So, cheers. Well, already found some things. I've still got to take the tank off. I've took the fairings off. They're all over there for now. On the bottom fairing, the hole there, they're a bit worn. So what I have got fiberglass. So I think I'm going to repair them. I've got 3 weeks. I've got 3 weeks. Love it. I'll repair them. I'll put a bit of fiberglass on, reinforce that, and then at least that'll work. Now, what I found was one of my wires onto my battery was a bit loose. So I've just wiggled it and my battery charger went a bit mad. I do need to get to that. That's my ECU. I've got tank to take off and I've got the throttle to take off as well. I don't think, now let's check. Right. So look, my water has gone up to between minimum and max. Now, when I went and race it, because it kept overheating, what I did was I lowered it to minimum because in the bottom there was some water, so it overheated. Now, if I look in there, let me get my little light and there you go. Look, so got my light in there. Yeah, I don't think you can see. I can definitely see in there, and there's no water actually, and this is the problem I've got. So it seems to be coming up, pumping it around, but then filling that up. Which my pump works because when I have it running, I've had the lid off and water comes through. So I've just got to figure out how to get it to cool down. That's what I've got to do. And I know it's something to do with that wire I found over here, that one. I know it's to do with this wire. But it looks like I'm going to tap into one of these, see which one's the one I need to put the switch to get that fan to work, so that I don't have that issue. I'll be doing oil under it. You can see it's all wired up. So my filter is there, Jubilee clip on. That's how mine's lock wired at the moment, using this lock wire there. Look, so I'll be doing all that sort of stuff. Right, catch you in a bit. Well, as normal, I thought I was recording. I weren't. So I have done stuff without even capturing it. Normal stuff. What I have done, I have taken the fairing off, the fuel tank fairing. It's just a cover. I've also taken the old throttle off, which I put now back in that box. Brake lever guards there. And I've got my new one. Now, I mean, these are literally plug and play. Now, as you can see, now I have lock wired it already. I lock wired it at the track. But all I'm going to do is put it on. Now, if I get it where I actually want it to begin with. Now, I am tightening both up. Now, what I'm going to try and do is, now what I noticed when I fitted it last time, I think I had it facing me too much. Now, so if I twist it up, there you go, that's better. I've got more, so literally I'll be laid on the tank. No, there you go. So it needs to be somewhere around there. Make sure it's not on the end. Evenly tighten it. Look. Yeah, that's better. So we're having to twist my throttle round a bit more than I actually had to. Now, I did say it's just plug and play. Now, hardest part of this was me finding out which actually way it went in, and I think it's that way. Get that straight in. Push it together. Let me get a bit of tape because I'm not trusting that that's not going to come off. And it's just, it probably will never ever come off, but in my mind, it might do. So a bit of black tape, it'll protect it from any wet as well. Now, I've got to think, I don't want it moving around either. So I'll put it like that, a couple around. Now I put loads on, in case I need to get it off. There you go. That's the throttle on. And that was as hard as it is to change a jet prime throttle. Obviously, I say that. If you watch my race, you do know crap I've had. It's not as easy as just changing it. I've got so much to do. I brought my laptop out. I'm just trying to get the maintenance, you know, the practical parts done first. And then that way I can do all the digital stuff. I was going to drop the oil. I've also done the water. I didn't get it on camera. So the water, I emptied some water out of the expansion, filled it up, and I kept like pressing it. I put the back wheel down so it lifted this front up, and I kept pressing right at the bottom of this pipe, and loads of bubbles. So I wonder if it's had an airlock. I do actually wonder if it's had an airlock before when I've refilled it, and I wonder if that's why it was messing. There's just wires everywhere. That's a blue. That's 2-prong. I ain't got a clue. Probably it lights. Hopefully it lights. Now I do need to tap into one to put my switch for my fan on, but I'll be tapping into one of these down here. I don't know if you can see one of them straight onto the fan. I've got to take my tank off, but it's not. I'm not going to do that till after I've run it. I've also forgot my measuring jug for my petrol, because I don't know what petrol I used in the very last race. I've got down my log sheets as normal, and I put 8.5 litres in. I did 26 mile, 8 laps plus 2 sighting, but I haven't taken any fuel out. So I'm going to show you how I take my fuel out as well. So race 2, I had 8 litres in, 26 mile, 8 plus 2, and I took 1.5 litres out. Race 3, 8.5 litres in, 26 mile, 8 plus 2. So I should, in theory, have 2 litres in and not 1.5. It's just because I ain't got a fuel gauge, it doesn't tell me when it's empty or anything like that. I need to write it down so I actually know. Right, throttle's done, water's done. I'm going to leave old oil in. If you watch my second race, you'll have seen I had a really good second start. Right up until I hit the last left-hander, I don't even know what it's called, before the start finish, and I got a false neutral, and I heard the gearbox crunching. Now, let me get this. It is a magnetic pen. They call it a pen. It's a stick. I will be sifting through my oil. I'll be having a really good look at my oil filter, and I'll be sifting through the oil once I get it out, just to find if there's any bits of metal in, because there's nothing worse than that grinding noise. I did actually see on, I don't know if it was Track Day Addicts or if it was on No Limits Racing, but there were a company advertising about undercutting your gears. I will find it. I will. Tag them on either No Limits Racing or Track Days. Tag me, tag the company, or if you are the company, just give us a shout, because I will want them doing. I've had a lot of R1s. I've had to change 3 gearboxes on R1s just for that reason. Even, I'm going into the dark depths as my go. Even this one, it's my Track Day R1. It's an 08 R1. I've changed gearbox on that. Changed gearbox on a 4XV. I've changed gearbox on a 14BE. All because 2nd and 5th decided to leave the party, and it's from that crunching. My fault for quick shifters, to be honest. So it's one of them. But I didn't like the sound, so I'm going to check on this. Like I said, if you saw the post about undercutting your gears, or you are the company that put it on, give us a shout out. Just tag me. I'll get in touch. I don't know if I want this gearbox doing it this minute. I'll wait till we get to Croft. If I've got my throttle sorted, I'll see. But at the end of the year, I definitely, I'll be looking at doing it or getting a new gearbox and making sure they're undercut, because I can't have this doing it. It's like I said, I've changed gearboxes before. It's a pain in the arse. Undercut them, bulletproof, says me. Right, I'm going to crack on and just, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'll think about it. Right, catch you in a bit. Right, what I've decided to do is, before end of day, It is getting late now. I'm going to just repair my belly pan. And literally, it's just these holes, you know, that hold it on. Both of them have rounded off. So they've just pulled. So what I'm doing, got my fiberglass kit out. And at the minute, I'm just cutting little bits and measuring them. So it's like, that'll fit there. I've done 2 to go on inside. I'll put them over that side. This one will go on that side. And that one. So there is 2. That's a bigger one. And then on the, I don't know if you can see it. On the inside, I'm going to get 2 bits in there as well. And then obviously I'm going to filler it and seal it all up. But I just need 2 more little, I should really use circles, but it don't matter if they're square, I'm just going to shove them in anyway. And it's just to hold it again so that I can actually, oh, I weren't even looking at me. It's just, duh. Are you allowed to do that anymore? I was literally doing it just to see if, oh God, I think I've got a leak. I forgot what I was saying. I forgot. It does need doing. So I am going to do it. I've got, God, this kit's that old. That's my resin gel, that's the gel, and that's the hardener. I think I better put gloves on for this one. Now, it doesn't take long, and I'm not being funny. I have got a white set of fairings, and it looks like that had bottomed out on the road because what it had in the on the bottom of it here, not on this one, on my white set. Therefore, when I have a tumble and I'm racing, I'm going to have a tumble. I know it already, so I'm not even worried. I've got a spare set of fairings. Right, I do need to get this open. And I might as well just record this bit. I know it makes no difference. Now, this is normally a bit sloppier than this, so I don't think I'll have long once I put the hardener in it. To you can see, it's just a gel. I have had this quite a few years, just sat in cupboard. It has fixed quite a lot, to be honest. I don't know if you've ever fixed your own, but I certainly have. I ever go at anything. I even tried carbon fibre at once. And what I will say is, I know there's a bike out there with my carbon fibre. I did the carbon fibre mudguard. It's a 5PW, a 2003 R1. It's in blue. It's got Fiat Yamaha stickers on, which I put on. Proper Rossi fanboy me. I'll tell you what, I can't fault Marquez these days though. I actually supported him last year, and I know that lad can ride. Jesus Christ. Look at me going on about MotoGP. I'm the star. But no, I'm a proper Rossi fan. I've got quite a few Rossi tattoos, always have been. I think he's absolutely brilliant. But Marquez last year on, well, seeing that Alex is doing really well this year on the same bike, and really, really good. I think I want Marquez to win. I didn't think I'd ever say that, to be honest. I've just put the thing that sets the resin off. I'm supposed to be showing you this. I could talk and show you it. I am going to mix it up. Needs a good mix. I just need to put a bit more. Oh. Yeah, a bit more in, because look at that, measured to the ounce. Oh. Now, obviously, if you've ever done this, wear gloves. Jesus Christ. Well ventilated. I'm in my garage. Now, I'm not even showing you this. Where's the camera? Oh, it's up here. There we go. Just keep mixing it. And all I'm doing, I'm just trying to get it consistent with, get it all mixed in, get them both. Ah, there we go, it's coming together now. Now don't forget, I've got that hole and that hole to do. I'm not going through full process, it's not a how-to, it's just literally, I'm showing you stuff I've got to do. Put one on there. And yeah, I'm doing it like that. So I want these holes filling up and never coming off. Right. So, and then I'll put it on back of that. And it's to set, I tell you what, I had to put cable tie on this side, especially because it had come off. Now, I am working that in. And this is definitely where you need gloves. Because it does start to heat up. Oh, that's good in that one. Now this is the one that's I'm more worried about. So I'm going to put. I'll give you a close up in a bit. Like I say, it's not a how-to. It's just literally me showing you. These are parts of racing which you don't really see, do you? But everyone does it. I mean, everyone does these parts. If you don't, well, you're not looking after your bike, are you? Or you're that good. My ass. You're that good, you don't need to. Now, I am just working this. So the carbon fibre bits, I am just working in. Because I want them to all interlock together. And then the resin should set it solid. As you can see, it is working. It's getting there now. This was the awkward one, because it's that one. I don't know if you can see that. That is, I'm not even doing anything with that. I'm just letting it literally set, because that one isn't an awkward shape. That's more of a flat. Whereas this one, it's on the dome of the fairing, and I need it to get it there. That's it. It's working now. So I can feel it does heat up. You can feel a difference in it. I need it to. That's getting there now. Oh yeah, right. Stuck to my fingers. I'll change gloves because I need to get into the little hole. So now, whether or not I will do, I'll do it that side as well. Like I said, this is not a how-to. I'd spend ages doing that. Now I've got that side, and now I'm gonna push that in there. Get some fluid in, or whatever you call it. Resin. That's the proper name for it. And that one. What I'll do when this actually sets, hopefully it sets rock hard, and then I'll be able to drill it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm like a professional, but I'm not. I'm an amateur. Right, so that side I'm happy with. Well, I'm not. I'll do a bit more off camera on that. Oh God, that's leaked out. Oh, this side looks really good already. So let me get some paste on that. Paste, Jesus. That on there. That on top of that. More resin on it. Resin will just set on it, and it interlocks all fibres, doesn't it? Leave that on for a couple of minutes. Get this side back down. And as you can see, all these fibres are now interlocking and starting to heat up and stuff. Just trying to get it to look a bit better than it was then. Of course, you'll not see this. It'll be sprayed once it's set. That's good. Like I said, just lip twisting it, getting it to work in and set. I should really take this to racetrack because at some stage, look, you are going to come off, right? Inevitable. You're not a biker unless you know at some stage you're going to come off. Hopefully you get it back up. I have broke my legs before on Cadwell. That's actually on an old 2013 that way. That weren't racing, I was just on a track day. So that's what that were. Right, I'm going to leave that like that. I'm not going to try and mess with it anymore because knowing my luck, I'll just make it even worse. So I'll sand it and make it look prettier, prettier. Make it look better. But that's that done. Give it a little spray over once I've done it, drill an hole in, no malt it. Happy days. So I'm happy with that one. Right. I think that's me done for today. I've got next time I'll be setting my computer up, resetting everything. I'll calibrate all that before I change oil, and then I'll check my oil. Right. I will catch you later.